Hey everyone, in this After Effects tutorial, we will create this retro TV style intro title animation inside of After Effects. Alright guys, so here we are in After Effects. Let's start by creating a new composition. Let's call this main as our main render comp. For width, I'm going to set this to 2560 and height, I'm going to set this to 1440, that is 2K. For frame rate, I'm going to set this to 30 FPS. And duration is set to 10 seconds, which is fine. Press OK. Let's create another new composition. This is going to be our logo placeholder. So let's call this text. You can use any logo or any text you want to. I'm going to use a text. So let's select the text tool, and I'm going to type in GlowLightPixel. All right, let's align this into the center. For the font, I'll go with one of my favorites, Dharma Gothic. Let's go with this one, and I'm going to align this into the center. Also, I'll add a tagline. So, I'll duplicate my text layer. So let's first animate the GlowLightPixel. Let's select the text, go right here in the Animate, and add a tracking. Let's create a keyframe on the tracking amount. Go back, and let's increase this somewhere around here. Select the keyframe and press F9 to easy ease them, or go into Keyframe Assistant, Easy Ease. Then, go into the graph editor, right-click, and make sure you're working in the Edit Speed graph. Select this point, and I'm going to drag this holding Shift, so we have a smooth movement, like so. So that is looking quite nice. Let's also animate our second text. So I'll go to around 1 second, select it, press T to bring down the opacity and create a keyframe here. Press P to bring down the position and create a keyframe. Go back in time and I'll move this down a little, like so. And set the opacity to 0. Select the keyframes, press F9 or Keyframe Assistant Easy Ease, go into the graph, and add the same curve by holding Shift. Now we have something like this. Let's move this a little ahead in time. Around 1 second and 15 frames should be fine. So here we have our text ready. I often remember when I first tried learning things like this, it was overwhelming, because back then resources were all over the place, and I would spend hours searching for answers. Now I want to create a revealing animation, and to do that I'll create a new composition. Add the logo composition, then select this. Go into Effects and Presets, and search for Linear Light Effect. Set the wipe angle to -90, and transition completion all the way up to 100. Create a keyframe on the transition completion, and go to 1 second, and I'll set this to 50. Then duplicate this, press Ctrl D, select the bottom one, and set this to plus 90. So now we have an animation that looks like this. Pretty simple. Let's go back into our main project panel, press Ctrl D to duplicate it. Then go into Logo Wipe 02, select it, press U so we can see the keyframe. We can hide this logo here for now, select the top one, and set this white angle to minus 90. Alright then, duplicate this, press Ctrl D, and change the transition completion to 0. Change the wipe angle to plus 90. Then let's zoom in into a timeline and select the layer. Select these keyframes and let's go around 5 frames forward in time and move them right here. So now we have something which looks like this. So I'll delete this, select this, press Ctrl D to duplicate it, select the bottom one, and then just switch the wipe angles. So I'll select this one, set this to minus 90, and this one to plus 90. So now we should have something like this. Let's select all the layers and press U so we can see the keyframes. Select those keyframes and press F9 or go into Keyframe Assistant, Easy Ease. Go into the graph editor and let's select these points and drag them holding Shift like so. Same. I'm going to do with Logo Wipe 01. Select this, hit U, and Keyframe Assistant Easy Ease. Go into the graph and let's drag them to the left. Now let's go back into our main project panel and create a new composition. Call this Animation. Drag the Logo Wipe 01, so here we have it. Go into Effects and Presets and add a fast box blur on this. Let's set this to around 135, should be fine. I'll go to around, let's say, 1 second 15 frames. Press T to bring down the opacity, create a keyframe, and set this to 70. Go around 2 seconds and 15 frames and set this to 0. With the same exact animation. Alright, let's duplicate this. Press Ctrl D. We can delete the fastbox blur from here. Alright, bring up the opacity and get rid of the opacity keyframes. Let's set this to 100. So now we have something like this. I think the fade out is a bit too fast, so I can just position them like so. Okay, that is looking fine. Let's make some room right here. Then add the Logo Wipe 2 on the top. And change the blend mode of this to Add. So now we have something like this. Duplicate this. Change the blend mode of this to Lighten. Go into Effects and Presets and search for CC Radial Fast Blur. Set the zoom to brightest and amount to all the way up to 100. So now we have something which looks like this. we can duplicate this a couple of times. Let's change the color of this to something different so we can identify the layers. I'll create 3 more copies. And one more time, change the blend mode of this to add. So we have a really intense animation, and as you can see, we have a lot of color banding. So to fix this, there are 2 things that we need to do. Hold Alt and click on this button. That's going to switch to 16 BPC, and that should fix most of the color banding. But later on, we can also add some noise to fix it. So now, let's assemble everything. I'll go back into my main render composition and let's press Ctrl Y to create a new solid. Call this BG for background. I'll go with a black color. On top, I'll add the animation composition and change the blend mode of this to screen. Now we have to create that nice RGB split effect that is going to give us that retro feel. So I'll go into Effects and Presets and search for Shift Channels. Double-click to apply that. Turn off the green and the blue channels. So now we only have the red channel. Duplicate this, press Ctrl D, turn off the red channel, and turn on the green channel. Duplicate this one more time. Turn off the red and green, and turn on the blue channel. And then I'm going to displace them by just 1 frame, like so. So that is going to give us this nice RGB kind of a split effect, which looks pretty cool as you can see.
When you try this animation yourself, you will see the difference. That is how you create this retro-style title animation in After Effects. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I have a complete playlist showing how to create amazing advanced title animations in After Effects. Make sure to check it out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care, and always stay raw, stay creative. Peace out.